Good morning and welcome to episode 24 of the MicroMuse, in which we are going to talk about changing the damn world with Audrey Pantelis, who is here with me today. Yay! Welcome, Audrey. Thank you so much for joining me.
Not at all. Lovely, lovely, lovely to be here. Very good.
Yay! So, Audrey, tell us a little bit about the book you're writing, please.
Yes, of course. I will happily share it. So, I haven't got a title yet. No title. Content is embedded. It's deeply baked into my psyche. It is all about the idea that inclusion, often when we're talking about inclusion, because that's the work I do, we talk about having the policies and the staff, but we don't teach, especially in schools, we don't teach people how to be inclusive, especially when we're talking about inclusion from a behavior point of view. So often we will say, we are inclusive, our tagline says this, our brochure says this, our policies say this. But then when it comes to children and young people, we're not very inclusive in the way in which, and so we become very punitive. So my book is all about how do we do that? So it's not necessarily about behavior, although it is, but it's more about the inclusive ways in which you can be, I suppose, more, I'm going to use the word humane. It sounds like I'm putting somebody down, and I'm not, because that's not the issue. Should be putting down anyone in schools, folks. If you are, it's illegal. And we'll have to close you down. But the bottom line is, we should be treating each other. If we're saying we're inclusive, let's be inclusive across the board. So I talk about that from suggest talking about why it happens, and also, more importantly, because I know the children and young people are really important, but staff are too, and you can't get inclusive kind of reactions if you don't do the inner work yourself. So I kind of talk about staff and about why we might do what we do, and I look at an approach and from a psychological approach, because I've recently done some work in psychology and I wanted to kind of apply that to the work I'm doing now. So that's what it's about in a very long-winded way.
No, that's amazing. Also, you were super modest then, because I know you've just done a master's, which is not done a bit of work in. So
yes, yes, that's true. Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah, so that's awesome. But like obviously I'm kind of deeply embedded in the book that you're writing, and I get to peek behind the scenes, and I am so excited about it, because all of the work that you do is just so, like, it's so kind, and I don't know any other way to put it than that, because it's a scary subject for people, and and people are really worried about getting it wrong, and so they don't do anything, which I know is a lot of the reason behind why you're doing what you're doing. And I'm very excited about this book, because I think people are going to love it. They're going to find it enjoyable as well, because important subjects don't have to be
dry and dusty. Yes.
Yeah. And so I'm really, really excited about this. So tell me a little bit about, you could have done this on your own. Why did you decide to come and work with a book coach? Why did you decide to work with me?
Okay, so time now. So to that little bit of work I was doing called Masters. Yes, around that time, which was only a couple of years ago, I had seen your adverts, and obviously we've met each other in a different space. So I knew of you, but I didn't know you as such. And but I had heard on LinkedIn you talking about writing a book. So I was doing my master's at the time, and I don't know whether I just thought to myself that I was some form of invincible kind of essay writing kind of literary queen. I just thought I can do that as well. So I was doing my master's. I was in the second year of my master's, and so I think possibly I thought, oh, the work will lessen off. No, the work increased. Fool. So as a result of thinking that, I was still kind of beguiled by your posts about writing a book. And I think, as I say, I do think there was a conflation of I'm writing anyway. I basically I had an idea for a book, and I talked to you about it, and then you went, yeah, come and join the group. So I joined the group, and I have to say I loved it so much. I wanted to kind of stop doing my master's so I could just finish the book, but realized that actually I had to finish my master's. Paid a lot of money. I better get on with that. And actually, genuinely, I loved doing all the assignments, and in fact, I stayed up to date with everything, including my masters as well, to be fair. But there were two different things that were running at the same time. And I can remember one of the reasons why I had to put the book down after I'd finished the course was 7 Stars of Writing. And you taught me that. You taught me about the different ways and the different voices and the different audiences. And yeah, that's what got me in. You always talked about the idea that everyone had a book in them. And I thought to myself, yeah, maybe I do. So I thought, let me come. And I didn't know what to expect. I like writing, but yeah, it was brilliant. It was really good, really good.
I'm so glad. Yeah, and you know, you did keep up with everything, and I was like, and you got a lot of work done on that initial idea for the book. Yeah, and
yeah,
so yeah, now you're back, and we're kind of working again on your book. So yeah, how are you finding that so far? How are you finding the whole book coaching process?
Yeah, and I don't know whether this is obviously we're talking about the process and stuff. So this is obviously something that you have, Vicky, it works for me. The way in which you work for me, so you get the best. Naturally, like a moth to a flame, I suppose. I am attracted and thinking, yeah, well, I know I'm going to get good stuff if I work with you. So there's that, I suppose, an inherent thing. But I think just the way in which you do it, you give bite-sized pieces of, okay, try doing this bit, and then your encouragement is just such that you I haven't felt once, in the time we're working on this new book, I haven't felt once, oh, I can't do it, or I'm not going to be able to do it, or the words that you've said have wounded me and kept me in a locked room for 5 days or anything like that. Although I have left the country, I have to admit, I'm not. That was nothing to do with you. Yeah, I couldn't work with you so much that I just got myself into a plane on a long haul flight. But no, genuinely, I just thought to myself, no, it's just very, very encouraging. Very encouraging. It's fun. And I just think to myself, yeah, this is good. So already I'm impressed by what I've done. And we haven't been working that long on this new iteration. We haven't been working that long. And I'm already like, yeah, I've done more. And there's no, so that's probably got something to do with it, that I'm not having to do something else. But yeah, willingly, happily, wanting to get this done. And I think you help make that happen in a nice way.
Amazing. I'm so pleased. I'm really excited to be working with you again, because you're just a delight, Audrey. Anyway,
so. I do my homework. That's it, isn't it? I'm one of your good clients.
You really are. You know what, though? That does make a difference, because I know it sounds really obvious to say, but it's like, I can't do the work for my clients. And so it is, it's really wonderful when I get somebody like you who just does the homework. So
so actually, yeah, so I say to you, I've done it. Go and have a look at it. Sometimes I didn't even tell you. I remember that was last time. I didn't tell you. I'd done some work. And you were like, oh, you didn't tell me. Oh. I will now, all the time.
Yeah, no, you're doing amazingly, and I'm really excited about this book. So yay. And I'm really excited to have you come join us for some of the microbook magic calls again next time around as well. So
yeah. There's something to be said about that time when there are like-minded people in the room. There are people I've met that I've stayed in touch with since, and there are people that I haven't, because people do drop off. But I think what's lovely is that, and I think there's just something really lovely about that. And I think I never thought I was an author, and now I'm like, I'm with authors. That's right. Yeah, we're all together. Yeah, and it's great. It's really good. Really good.
Amazing. Yay, I'm so glad. Audrey, thank you so much for joining me this morning for this little book related chat. Where can people find out more about you?
Okay, so one of the best ways to find out about me, and if you see what my writing style is like, is that I have a weekly newsletter. So on my LinkedIn page, which is where you will find me, there is something that says view my newsletter. Literally click on that, sign up, and you get actionable tips every single week. It comes into your inbox on a Saturday morning. What better time to read a newsletter on a Saturday morning with a coffee? Because there's nothing on at 11 o'clock in the morning. So you know what? Don't even put the radio on. Spend 2 minutes reading my newsletter. So that's the first place. LinkedIn, of course, is really where I hang out. Where, of course, you can go to my website, www.elevationcc.co.uk. That's where you will find me, basically. And that's,
Brilliant.
yeah, that's me.
And I will put those links below this post. And I know that I've already tagged Audrey in the post, so you can go follow her and connect with her on LinkedIn. And I will pop the link to the newsletter in there as well. And that's where you will hear about Audrey's book for the first time when she gets her waiting list up. So that's going to be really exciting. So yay! I am going to leave the MicroMuse watchers, listeners, with my 5-minute takeaway, which is it's the same for each one this time around, this series. Set a timer for 5 minutes and write about the thing you have the biggest feelings about. You don't need to think about it, just write. Don't worry about editing, don't worry about censoring. Just get those ideas down. You can think about it later. And maybe that is the idea that you want to turn into a microbook. In which case, you can sign up for Microbook Magic Season 7, which starts next week. We kick off on October the 20th for an 8-week book writing adventure, and you can do that at moxiebooks.co.uk/microbook-magic, and I will put that link below this post as well. I think that is pretty much everything for now. So I'm just gonna flip around through various slides.
And I'm back on the screen again.
Hello. And Audrey's back, yay! We're just going to say thank you so much, Audrey, for joining and talking about your book, your upcoming book. I'm very excited about it. And if you think you've got a book in you and you're listening, then you probably do, and you absolutely can write it. It is well within your capabilities. I promise. Get in touch with me, and I will help you with that. Otherwise, I will be back later on this week with another MicroMuse.